everyone, Sophia here, my great challenger. Welcome back to my channel and another episode of Getting Things Done. This is episode number 3 and I have so many changes in here since last week. It's going to look fabulous. Can I just say that? It's going to look fabulous. So if you already know my basement layout, you can already tell that there's been movement. But I also found a fantastic piece of furniture garbage picking on Tuesday. It's already down here. I've already started working on it. I'm going to show it to you in a second, but the big thing for this video, because I know a lot of you are really looking forward to it, I am stenciling. I got peacocks, I got leaves, I got butterflies, and this is what I'm doing. So you can already tell, right, that there's been some stenciling happening. I already did one side, the side that's against the wall. So you're not going to see it, but I wanted to make sure I did it, and since I knew it was against the wall, I practiced on it. Turned out great. But anyway, how about I show you what's new in here and then we'll get started. Okay, welcome back, welcome back. Yes, there used to be a desk here. I took down the desk. I still have the dressers, but I removed the platform, and that allows me to put this piece of furniture right here. There's been a little bit of changes on this, and I don't know if you can see it, but I darkened the top a little bit so that it doesn't shimmer as well, and so that it doesn't pop too much. So this is what it looks like as of now. And if you are new, you're just joining in, you don't know what this is about, this is my first time chalk painting and distressing a piece of furniture. I found this 1940s, 1930s curio cabinet on the street. It was mahogany or dark walnut, I'm not sure. Kind of like, you know, okay looking, but I am redoing my sewing room and I need better storage. It's completely reconfigured. So if you didn't watch 1 and 2, the episodes are linked down below. So this is where I'm at. I did the top over here, you can see, and I did the top over there. Now I did all the stenciling on the side here, but I'm not showing you yet. So Scott and I were garbage picking on Tuesday, and there really wasn't anything. And then a block and a half away from home, this big piece of furniture is on the curb, and I told him I gotta get it. The guy came out and he helped us put it in the car, and it was a nightmare to bring it downstairs. I actually had to break it into 2 pieces. Clearly it was 2 pieces that they had joined together. I had to pry them separate. So I found me, are you ready for this? A curio cabinet / break front. Now the guy who helped us put it in said it was his grandma, and she had told him it was from 1820. The only problem is that it had been painted white way back in the days. So let's look at it. I'm going to show you where I'm at with it because I started working with it already, and then we're stenciling. All right, so we're going back to this corner here. Okay, this is where we were before, and now this is what I got over there, and that's gonna get blue as well. I gotta do the same treatment. Let's look at it. All right, so this was painted, I don't know when, possibly the 80s, maybe the 90s. The guy says it's from 1820. It is solid mahogany, not veneer, solid. You can see that on the inside. And it was painted white. And it's funny because there used to be, I'll tell you what I did for my prep work. There used to be handles here and there, and then I could tell that they had taken them out and I had to resand everything, but they had handles here in the middle I'm gonna keep the handles in the middle. I just gotta change them. It comes with two, you can't see them, it's all mahogany, two cabinets on either side, and then the drawers. You want to see the dovetails? Okay, I don't know if you can tell. All right, so this is not me here, that's them. It was not very well painted, I gotta be honest, but it also had quite a lot of damage. And I kid you not, I went at it with the crowbar, okay? I completely separated the top from the bottom. And the reason why I had to do that is because once we got the whole thing downstairs, right? We could not, because we brought it in on its side, we could not tilt it to fit my ceiling. It just didn't work. So the only way to do it was to separate it. So I had to go in there and pry the whole thing out. It was big nails like that in here. And we were able to separate the top. Once the top was separated, we were able to put this against the wall and then bring the top and add to it. So now it's back into one piece. It's completely blocking the window, which is dead window anyway, and the light switch. But like I mentioned, I have a light switch upstairs, so I can use that one. Now, it was originally painted in a semi-gloss white or cream color with a lot of chips, like really a lot of chips. So what I did was wash it thoroughly. Clearly it was in the guy's garage for quite some time, judging by the amount of dust. Once it was washed, I applied liquid sander. Liquid sander is a liquid, obviously, and then you use it to remove grease. It's a degreaser and a deglosser. So once that was done, I started sanding, and I sanded all the areas where there was paint chips. I sanded the areas here on the drawers. I sanded the feet. You can see that I have to have shims underneath it because, again, the floor is not leveled. It goes, you know, on an incline towards the sump pump. So I did all of that. And then after I had deglossed everything, I said to myself, you know what? This is mahogany, it's a redwood. I'm concerned that it's going to stain and show through and bleed through the chalk paint. So I've decided to put a coat of primer. And you're seeing it now with a coat of primer. So that's why it's completely matte. Okay, so it's all primed, sometimes double primed on area where I was really concerned the paint would show through, or the stains from the wood would show through, but it's primed. So tomorrow I will paint it blue. I would put the wallpaper in the back, I would do the shelves, like the same treatment than this one. So I already ordered and received the wallpaper for it. I actually got a triple size, so that should be enough for that over there, and the drawers, because this drawer and those three drawers there need to be covered with the wallpaper. Okay, and I still have the glass to clean, but you know, that'll come later on. So let me show you what this looks like, if you can tell. And you see how it shines now, because I've been buffing it. Every night I come downstairs, I use my big brush thing, and I buff it. So now I have a nice sheen. I really like this project. Okay, how about with stencil? I have peacocks. They're too big, they don't fit in the panels. I have butterflies, and I have branches. So I'm going to do exactly the same thing on this side that I did on the other side, which is butterfly, branch, big peacock, another butterfly, and another branch. And for that I need my gilding wax and my stencils. So as I mentioned earlier, I already did the other side of it with the butterfly, the branches, and the peacock, and it looks really good. But the reason why I did it on the other side is because it's the hidden side of the cabinet, and in case it didn't look good, it wouldn't be too much of a problem because it's hidden. But now I know how to do it. So the trick with these, and it's not just a matter of keeping this flat. There's a way of doing it where you really don't want full strength gilding. So you just dab, just a tiny bit. You see, I'm just doing like a tiny bit of dabbing in there just to get a little bit of pigment on my brush. Make sure this is nice and flat, and then chuk, 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 chuk. And once in a while, maybe you'll go like this, okay? Because remember, what you want is that look of something gilded that faded over time. Okay, so I'm just adding a little bit. I don't want too much. I'm just blending it a little bit, that's it. Okay, you ready? Butterfly. You can't see it. Okay, now you can see it, all right? Now, I know right now it kind of like, I don't know. Once you start adding other elements, it starts looking really good. Okay, so we got a butterfly. Let's do a branch. So butterfly, branches, and now we have peacock. I have to figure out a way to angle it so you can really see it. There we go. All right, so you see how I'm doing it where there's areas that are darker than others. Right, it's to give it this kind of like dimension. All right, so I have some areas here where there's a little bit too much. We're gonna fade that, we're gonna smudge that. I may add a little bit to the head only because we don't see it too much, but what do you think? right over here, I have a little bit of bleeding from the gilding. So I'm putting some wax on my t-shirt here. I'm throwing it over. What it's going to do is kind of melt it and then picked right up. And here we go. The whole side is done. I need to let it dry. There's no buffing or anything. I'm gonna let it dry. I may add another layer of wax over it, even though I'm afraid it's gonna dull it, but I'm only saying this because there's some areas, well, I gotta wait for it to kind of blend in. There's some areas where I touched up with wax that is bothering me, and then the black is not really showing either, so I'm gonna wait for it to dry, and then I'll probably put a little bit of black. I won't film that, but I'll put a little bit of black and clear wax over it. But this is what it looks like. Let me move back. Right, so buffet the front, and here's the sides. What do you think? Well, it depends on what angle you're looking at. Okay. That's 100% chinoiserie, isn't it? Really cool. I think it's awesome. What do you think? I think it looks really cool. So I could totally start on the front now, but I'm not going to do that because both of my stencils have the gilding wax on it that's wet and fresh. If I do that, I'm going to have smudges everywhere. So I'm going to really wipe them off, and I'm going to let them dry overnight. And when I come back tomorrow morning on Saturday, I gotta think about it. I don't want to use the feathers. I'll do maybe like a branch here, a branch there, and a butterfly. That's it. I'm not bringing peacocks to the front. On the other end, for this big buffet, I may do the peacock in the front. We'll see how it fits in those big brown circles, if you remember. But yeah, that's about it. I'm going to clean this one and the other one. So tomorrow when you see me, both pools will be on the drawers, and that's about it. Hey, I am back, and it's Saturday for me. Tomorrow I can't work on anything because we're going to band competition. So I'm going to try to do as much as I can with this guy today. And I have to work strategically. I know I have to finish the other one and do the stenciling in the front. However, paint dries fast, the chalk paint. So what I'm going to do is do a first coat of chalk paint on this. While it's drying, I'll go and finish the other cabinet. By the time I'm done, I can do a second coat of chalk paint. Then I'll do the backing with the wallpaper, paint the shelves, and once that's all dry towards the end of the day, because it really dries fast, within 2 hours you can go ahead and start waxing. I'll start waxing it. I'm going to do something different today. I'm going to try to do the black wax over the wet clear wax. Some people do that. I want to try it. And maybe I'll do a little bit of gilding, but not stenciling. So this baby should be done almost by the end of the day. So I started putting my quilts in the first cabinet, and I'm gonna have to learn to fold them where they're a little bit skinnier because I only got one shelf left. This is too bulky. I'm gonna have to really fold them flat, nice and flat. So this is the purpose of this one is for the quilting. Okay, now here's the other one with one coat, just one coat, so it has to dry. And again, I did the bottom part here. I didn't do the shelves yet. I'm gonna wait for it to dry. Once it's dry, I'll do the wallpaper and then the second coat. So I'm usually the first one to criticize myself and put myself down. I'm not going to do that this time around because I gotta be honest, this is perhaps the best thing I ever done. And it's my first one. It is absolutely spectacular. Can I just say that? I think I can, okay? So pat on the back for moi because this is amazing. And I can't believe it's my first time. If I was getting involved into painting furniture that I find on the street, I could totally resell this. Like, for real, I could totally resell this. And it really didn't take long. I'm only working on the weekend, obviously, because, you know, I work. But in one weekend, I can do a whole piece like this. It's kind of backlit, so you can't really see the side, only like, you know, when you get the reflection. I rebuffed it with the sheepskin. Let me pull out a little bit so you can see the difference in colors. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. I don't even have the right techniques. I'm sure I'm messing up left and right. This was clean, the button. But wow. Let me pull back. Wow. Would you look at this? It looks like it was always meant to be that way. So just if you knew, here's a picture of what it looked like when I picked it up off the streets. And that's what I did with it. I think you can see the buffing, right? Look, you see how it's shiny? Wow. I'm in awe. Oh, the color. Look at this. Okay, I gotta get over myself. Okay, so I suspect this is going to be much easier because it's not a rounded top. The other one was kind of tough. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'll start with the centerpiece. Okay, done. The problem with this pattern is that it's so big that there's a lot of waste. So what I did was start the lining here. Hold on, so I only got one hand. Okay, so I lined this drawer, but if I was to line it the proper way, because you can see that it's supposed to look this way, I would waste so much of it. So I put it in the other way. Nobody cares. And just food for thoughts. If you're gonna do the same thing, try to find a toile de jouy or this type of design, chinoiserie, whatever, where the pattern's a little bit smaller. Okay, number 2. Now, I don't think I have enough, so I'm gonna start with the front because that's the part that gets to be seen the most. And if I don't have enough, I'll be fine. I'll have enough for the front. We'll see what happens. And I already put a little bit of water in it because it was getting thick. So I don't want to put any more. And this is 2 coats. So it's already 8 o'clock on Saturday. I'm going to stop here. I just cleaned the glass. The 2 shelves have been painted underneath and on top. I had just enough paint to do the left side. What I don't have enough is paint to do the inside of the cabinet, so I might have to do white. I am back. It's actually Sunday. We just came back from band competition. What you didn't see me do was put 1 coat of wax on this yesterday, and I buffed it. I'm about to do a 2nd coat of wax now. One of you in the comment section last week said that I can do the dark wax right after the clear wax for the 2nd coat and buff it all together. So this is what I'm going to try to do. So I think I'm done with the shading. I'm gonna wait and see if it fades like it did the last time, because I did a different method, so it should not, but you never know. And I know the light is kind of like in the way, so it's hard to tell. I think you can tell, right? You can tell. This shading. I like the circles. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, it's supposed to make it look old. Like it was meant to be blue and it's old and it's stained and, you know, whatever. So I did order new knobs. The knobs arrived already. I'm going to install them. The handles did not. They're coming in tomorrow. I'm still filming tomorrow for this video because then I'm doing the gilding. I gotta finish it, alright? I'm finishing it this week because the wax has to seal at least on the shelf so I can start moving furniture and doing all the things. Alright, it's been 24 something hours and it hasn't faded. So great, let me buff it, and the next stop is going to be the gilding. I just want to show you the new knobs. So I got these knobs in antique copper. Here and here I'm supposed to get the handles later on today, so I'll wait for that, and otherwise it's looking really, really cool. So I don't know if you can see what I did here with the gilding. Let me see if I can give you a close-up. But that's pretty much where I'm going with the gilding. Again, if it's too much, I'll do the same thing that I did with the other cabinet, which is once it's kind of set and it doesn't rub off anymore because it's still wax. I will just go at it with the dark wax and buff it off a little bit. Well, I only have a few things to do, but otherwise it is done. So what do I still have to do? Buff it. I mean, you can see it's still shiny here and there, but because I had to add a little bit of black wax on top on some of the gilding just to tone it down a little bit, I want to let it dry for a couple of cure for a couple of days, and then I'll come back and give it a good buff. Now, those handles, originally, they were supposed to be a copper color. They came out to be more like a antique brass. So I added gilding to them to make them match, and I actually like it. I'm going to try to not smudge it. I have to line the drawers. And then I have to clean the glass because I have wax residue on it. I'm just going to go at it with alcohol, denaturalized alcohol, and then that's about it. This has been all waxed. It's still a little tacky because I waxed it today or tonight actually, so it's got to get buffed. It smells really good. I love that scent. And again, these are the new knobs and the new handles. So I don't think I want to do any kind of stenciling on it. I think it's perfect the way it is. Yeah. So you guys tell me down below, do you like it? And again, here's the other one. So when you look at it from this angle, this is what you got. What do you think? This one is really cool. This one, I really put a lot of effort into it, but again, it's a little bit more ornate to begin with than the other one. So I'm happy. I think they look great, and I'm gonna have plenty of views. They're gonna fill up real fast, really fast. So that is it for part 3. I gotta go upstairs and edit this. I was rushing to kind of finish it so you get an idea what it looks like. So the next time you'll see me, it will be all buffed, glass will be clean, any kind of, you know, little detail that I need to fix will be fixed, and that would be it. So in the next episode in this series, I'll probably will have the table out of here. I'll move all of the fabric into those 2 cabinets. I'll move the furniture out of here. I'll bring in the rug and I'll wash the rug with my carpet cleaner, and then I'll figure out what I want to do in terms of tables. I really want to keep the 2 dressers. So what I think I'm going to do is use the dressers as a platform for a tabletop. I can't use this tabletop. Or maybe I can. No, I can't, because it's got a lip underneath the table and I won't be able to open the drawers. I don't think I would. So I gotta get another tabletop, because I figured one person can sit one way with the drawers and then the other person can sit, my mom can sit opposite of me with the drawers on the other side. So I can do that, and I think it will look really cool. Give me a thumbs up if you like what I've done. My first time, I think I'm doing pretty good, and I might keep doing this. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I mean, we're not garbage picking anymore because it gets too dark now and it's really cold. But come spring, or if I come across a piece of antique that I think can be flipped and painted, I may pick it up, put it in the garage on hold, and then come spring start doing jobs like this. It was not difficult. You saw what I've done. So my advice to you, if you have an old piece at home that is, you know, kind of like shabby looking, give it a try. Chalk paint, wax it, and gild it. You can have all sorts of colors with the gilding. It doesn't have to be copper. You can do gold, antique gold, silver, bronze, different type of metallic wax, and do some stenciling if you want. If you go on Amazon or even on Etsy, there's a ton of stencils. I just picked the peacocks because you know me, and it's kind of like a peacock blue, so I figured that would go together, and that would be it. So yeah, give it a try. If I can do it, you can definitely do it. So yet again, Sophia is encouraging you to try something new. It was a fun project. It really was. So that would be it. I will see you in the next video. You can subscribe right here in the corner and click that bell button so you don't miss my next project, either here in this room or in general. And you can find me on Facebook and Instagram at mygreatchallenge. Also my Esty Shop, link down below for vintage finds, and my Patreon, patreon.com/mygreatchallenge, if you want a behind the scene look of me, of my family life, exclusive content not seen on YouTube. I will talk to you later. Thanks for watching. Bye.